Greetings. Welcome back to Rebirth the Body. I am happy to see you once again and welcome to the best days of your life. Today we are talking about reparenting. Reparenting is a technique used to address childhood traumas, is used to address inner conflict, and it's to address the needs that you did not receive, right? So, in the act of reparenting, this techniques focus completely on you. I want to make that a great point because sometimes we like to put the focus on the parent, and the focus is completely on you and how you can serve your needs, right? How you can address your needs and how you can get to know what the needs are. Okay. So, with the technique of reparenting, you're addressing yourself. You might want to start this off by writing a letter to yourself, right? Doing some journaling. You can even do a recording, right? So, you can do a video where you're recording your thoughts. You're getting to know more about yourself and you're asking yourself questions like, how am I feeling? Right? You're getting to understand what the feeling is that you're having in that moment. And then you want to move forward to addressing what are the things as a child that I feel like I didn't get. So, example for myself of reparenting, some things I had to address was not receiving physical touch and how that plays out in my life now. So now I find myself constantly having to remind myself about the aspect of touch, touching the people around me that I love, grabbing them, holding them, hugging them. So this is something I had to address. I didn't get that physical touch as a child, and it played out in how I responded as an adult and how I responded with touching the people around me that I love. So, addressing this inner conflict that I had is first acknowledging what is it that you need now that you're not receiving? Is that something in your adolescent that you wasn't receiving? So you want to be able to see how can you connect these things. That's why it's important for us to record our thoughts, record our emotions, how we feel, doing some journaling about your childhood experiences. So you want to be asking yourself some questions like, how did I feel as a child growing up in a household with just a mom, right? Or how did I feel growing up without having my dad living in the house? You want to get to know your inner self. And this requires some self talk. This requires a constant conversation with self. And you want to honor your feelings in that moment. In that moment, you want to address, okay, oh, I did feel sad. I felt upset not having this constant communication with my father. How does that play out now in my attachments in relationships? Does this conflict require you to now be over clingy, right? Have a really insecure attachment with others, or does it require now that you hide your feelings, you're guarded? You want to see, what are my hangups in my emotions? What am I keeping from others? What are these things that I don't even want to talk to myself about? You want to honor your emotions, have empathy for yourself, have sympathy for yourself, have forgiveness for yourself. You're not focusing this on anyone other than yourself. We're not looking at the faults of the parents, if you will. We're not looking at what the parents could have done differently. We're focusing this completely on you. This is you addressing that inner child, that inner self. This is no focus on, oh, mom could have done this differently. Instead, we're focusing on what we didn't receive. Okay, I didn't receive affection. How does that play out now in my life? And this is why journaling is important. I'm going to always say that. You're going to hear me say that all the time because it is. You have to journal. You journal, you journal, you journal. You get to know more about yourself. And you get to now see how you can use affirmations to move forth, right? So journaling is always going to be my go-to. We want to get to know us so we can do videos about ourselves, but you have to get to know, you have to have this self-talk and using your time wisely to have that self-talk. This has to be a consistent practice. We have to be constantly doing the work to better self. So this has to be something that I'm doing daily. I have to be checking in with me. How am I feeling? How can I address my needs? Right? Do I need a hug? Do I need a smile? Right? So you're seeing, what do I need more of? Do I need some positive words? Oh, you are beautiful. You are ready for this day. You are so profound. You are amazing. You are light. You are bright. You are special. You are first in line. God loves you. You are his favorite daughter. Are you talking to yourself? You want to use those affirmations. You want to use that self-talk, whatever you need more of. You're reparenting yourself. You're giving yourself that love that you need. You're acknowledging your emotions. You're honoring your feelings, right? So that's important. Now we want to be in the feeling of gratitude when we're reparenting, right? We don't want to focus on all our things that we do bad. Instead, we want to acknowledge that I'm trying. I know yesterday I didn't respond the way I wanted to when my boss was talking to me, but I am trying. I want to acknowledge, okay, I see something that I can work on. I know this is something that I can work on. And now we want to acknowledge that I'm trying. I am in the feeling of gratitude because I'm acknowledging my feelings. I'm acknowledging what the conflict is. And now I'm creating resolution. We're not going to put the focus on all the problems because we want to stay in the spirit of gratitude, right? Want to stay in the feeling of gratitude. We know that we have infinite solutions for our problem, right? Because a problem cannot exist without a solution. And since a problem cannot exist without a solution, we are infinite problem solvers, and we have infinite solutions. So we're taking in that feeling of gratitude and knowing that we always can solve our problems. So that's what I'm doing. We're reparenting. We are parenting our inner child. We're acknowledging those emotions that was ignored, right? What are the things that I didn't receive that I needed more of? Was it self-talk? Was it physical touch? Was it time, right? Was it routine? Some of us was in unstructured environments. How is that playing out in my life now with discipline? And this is why we're having those conversations so we can learn more about what the conflict is. Is the conflict self-confidence? What is the conflict? You have to address that. What is that conflict that I'm having with inner self? How can I do better to address and meet my emotional needs, my spiritual needs, my physical needs? And this is going to look different for everyone. Some of us were in families that had unhealthy eating habits. Now we have to parent ourselves. I'm gonna reparent me. Now I'm saying, okay, I have to do away with these foods, although I may have been eating them since I came here at birth, right? My mom was eating them. But now I see that I need to do away with them, right? I find some other foods that I see are more compatible on a chemical level for me, so I can live a more healthier lifestyle. So you're reparenting yourself. You're addressing all these different needs, right? And a part of that requires us to give a lot of honesty to our behaviors. What behaviors are healthy? What behaviors are unhealthy? Some of these behaviors we have obtained on a chemical level, genetic level, right? And we have to address that too. Sometimes that inner conflict is so deep genetically it has been passed on. So even on a genetic level, you can see how depression can impact a whole family. You can see how high blood pressure can impact a whole family. And this is why we do the reparenting, okay? Because we want to make our temples stronger to work against those illnesses, diseases. We're reparenting ourselves on a physical level as well. So we may see how we all need exercise, some form. It needs to be in the structure of your daily habits. Why are we adding exercise? Helps us with depression, anxiety, high blood pressure. Is tons is just all over health. Exercising 30 minutes a day, exercising about 5 to 6 hours a week does wonders for you on a spiritual, mental, physical, chemical level to fight against illness. And we look at illness, depression, anxiety, illness, right? It fights against that. And reparenting allows for us to start that process and that routine to addressing what are the needs, right? Most of our foundation, the download in us is from childhood. Birth to 5 years old are some critical times in development. So the way we're eating, what we're being told, our views on life are embedded into that system. So if we were eating unhealthy in those years or hearing unhealthy beliefs about ourselves, here we are using the technique of reparenting, addressing those emotional needs, honoring our feelings. So this is why we're doing the self-talk. We're journaling. We're addressing what we need on a chemical level: more fruits, more raw veggies, more water, more teas, more turmeric, more garlic. So we're doing the work. And I join you to reparent yourself. This is a process that is continuous, it's through a lifetime, but you can start it today. So reparent, that's what we're doing. Like, comment, subscribe, send to a friend, someone that you know could use this technique to address their life right now in this moment. Send to a friend. Have a beautiful, beautiful day and welcome to the best days of your life.